Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. You probably don't know me. Well, my name is Indian Darmawam from 2nd A. I'm in junior high school of Al Kauthar. I'm standing here. I would like to tell you all a story about the origin of Surabaya. Let's begin, shall we? Once upon a time, there lived a scary giant crocodile. He was the ruler of a river. And the name of the crocodile is Baya. Baya is very good at hunting, so all of the animals are afraid of him. Baya lived in the river, and in the sea there lived a wild shark named Sura. Sura was the ruler of the sea, and all of the fish were afraid of him as well. But however, Sura felt bored because he ate fish every day. He was curious about the river near the sea. So one day, he swam up the river and he saw a deer drinking water. Then he swam slightly and jumped out to catch the deer. After catching it and eating it, he felt so happy and he felt addicted. The next day, he went hunting again. After a couple of days, Baya the crocodile became suspicious because his prey was reduced. So he started investigating what was happening. Not a long time after, Sura jumped out to catch a little monkey. When Baya found out, Baya became angry. "What are you doing here? This is my territory." "Hey, I could look for food anywhere I want. Not just your territory here. All animals are free to look for food here." Sura was not afraid of Baya. Instead, Sura challenged Baya into a fight. And after that, finally, a fight began. Because both of those animals were strong, the fight lasted for 4 days. And the animals around the forest were disturbed by the fight. And after those 4 days, those wild animals were exhausted. "Sura, let's end this fight." "Sure, I agree with you. First, let's limit our hunting area. The end of the river is the limit. Don't break it or you'll feel the consequences." "I agree." After the agreement, Sura went back to the sea. For months, the forest calmed down. But Sura felt uneasy. He longed to eat deer meat like before. He wanted to go back to the jungle. So, Sura swam up the river, but this time he had a plan. He's going to be careful and not to get caught by Baya. "I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to be careful so Baya won't see me." And the plan was successful. Sura hunted there for months. And after those months, Baya became suspicious again. Because again, his prey was reduced. And he had a plan to trap Sura. He found the deer and caught him, but didn't eat him right away. Instead, he broke the deer's legs so the deer won't escape. Short time after, Sura swam the river and saw the injured deer. Sura then dragged the deer, but before he dragged it, Baya confronted him. "Hey, you shameless, stubborn. Imagine the fish in the sea. They're abundant. but you're still hunting here. Hey, if you want, you can hunt in the sea. I don't forbid you. I don't like fish, and I especially don't like seal. And after that, Surah answered slightly. But he then dragged the deer towards the sea. Then Baya attacked Surah. Where do you think you're going? To the sea. I'll eat it there. Bring the deer here. I caught it to trap you. Finally, Baya attacked Surah. And finally, a fight began. But this time, the fight was different because no animal were daring to approach the area of the fight. Surah always dodges Baya's attacks. Baya was annoyed. When he saw Surah off guard, he managed to bite Surah's tail. Then Surah fight back by biting Baya's tail. They both was in serious injury, and they did not despair until Surah's tail was cut off. Yeah, my tail. Surah was in so much pain, and he ran away, leaving the river and returning to the sea. Since then, Surah did not dare to approach the river or Baya's territory. And since he no longer had a tail, he can't swim as fast as he once had. And to commemorate the fierce fight between those two animals, Baya and Surah, the area was called Surabaya. Thank you all for listening and paying attention to my story. And this is the end. And before I close it, do you guys get the moral value? Well, the moral value is, don't ever break your promises. The end for me. Thanks again. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.